Hotel brothers and sisters, Black Power, as always, giving honor to the Creator, giving honor to the ancestors, Chief of Staff, Brother Khallid Abdul, my sister, my in-laws, my father, my family, my supporters, my viewers, my donors, and all of the brothers and sisters that are fighting for the liberation and salvation of our black nation. Before I get to the main topic of my show today, I'm going to discuss this nigga here. 24-year-old Derek Dunham out of Detroit. As a result of a bout of road rage, pulled out his pistol, shot at this sister, missed the sister, and shot the 3-year-old baby, murdering the baby. Three-year-old Christian Miller out of Detroit lost his life as a result of a nigga wanting to switch lanes, that much in a hurry to switch lanes that you will kill a baby. Think about this. What were you in so much of a rush that a black baby, 3-year-old baby, had to lose his life because you were en route to somewhere going nowhere fucking fast? And so this is why we need our own court system to deal with niggas, because liberation don't mean, every nigga can just run around and run a fucking muck and do what the fuck they want to do. No. It means complete order. Highly structured order. Where behavior like this is not accepted, not tolerated, nor negotiated. And the price of that should be death. Your head on a chopping block. No negotiations, non-negotiable. Simple as that. Justice Smollett. Now, more and more shit is coming out that he paid two black people, to whoop his motherfucking ass, choke him out, and say that he was beaten up by two crackers. And his response was, because he's been caught in the lie. And see, this was a ploy to rally up the troops in the LGBT community. To let them know we've been, we're being victimized and, all this sympathy shit as a ploy probably to get George Soros to donate another couple of $1 million to the dildo gang. And this faggot ass nigga orchestrated this shit, which I think. And now his response was, if it was a Muslim or if it was a black person. Let me say this again, what this bitch nigga said. He said things would have been different if it were a Muslim or a black person. See, he doesn't think he's black. And so, this mulatto, I told you all about this light-skin supremacy where they don't see themselves as being black. They don't see themselves as having any traces of African blood in them. No Moorish blood, no Native American blood, or none of that. They're just black Americans. They're just Americans. You know, and they all do this. You know, with this, you know, I'm not gay, I'm not a fag, I'm not a dyke, I'm just an American. I'm a human and all this dumbass shit. But the cracker don't see you like that. When he pull your ass over, he tell you get your black nigga ass out the car. You fucking black faggot. So all this shit was a setup. And then why didn't you call the police if you was whooped by some white supremacists, some skinheads or whatever? Why didn't you call the police? Why did it take an old white man to call the police? And then, you know, CSI, by you being an entertainer, because they were talking about you did this because you were being fired off Empire, which, you know, I don't know anything. I don't watch that shit. However, they stated that you wasn't under the gun. You probably are now. You know, but your husband, the one who goes in your motherfucking ass anytime he feels like it, Lee Daniels. You know, that's part of his ritual. You got to fuck him to get a deal. It's just that simple. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You got to hit Lee Daniels in his ass to get a deal or get any type of part on the show. Tyler Perry the same way. They got a certain ritual that you must go through to be in their shows. Same way as the guy that played Have and Have-Nots. Benny. Same way with him. He flat-foot fucking Tyler Perry. And I wouldn't be surprised if those white boys that play on there is white knuckling his motherfucking ass. Tossing his goddamn salad or whatever. But nevertheless, the gay community, they're gonna still stand behind you even though you're lying. But let's get down to the real soldiers. Get down to some real shit. I wanna celebrate the Ascension Day. It's been 18 years, brothers and sisters, since the true Black Power General was taken out of here. Dr. Khallid Abdul Muhammad. And he would be probably like 71 today, but still would have been effective. You need to know that. And so, I'm not going to do a genealogy, but I am going to spend some time and honor this day for Dr. Khallid. As always, the Queen's lemonade is always on point. So and another thing, do not ask me for the ingredients, because there ain't no happenings. There's no happenings with that. The Queen made that clear. But nevertheless, let's get back to Dr. Khallid. Khallid, born January 12th, 1948. Slave name was Harold Moore Jr. At 5 years old, Khallid was in the streets with a Bible. And it is said that he knew damn near every book in the Bible and was quoting scriptures. And cars were pulling over, listening to Dr. Khallid preach sermons and talk about the Bible. And as a child, Dr. Khallid had a very high-pitched voice. And he was very effective. He basically a genius. Nevertheless, as he grew up, he was chosen as an exceptional child. The Ford Foundation, which is part of the Illuminati, and other foundations sponsored Khallid and some of these gifted black students to attend college and these schools for exceptional children. Nevertheless, Khallid was in college. He went to what's the name of the college? I forgot the name of the college, the university he went to. Anyway, Minister Farrakhan came to that college campus and spoke. And that's when Dr. Khallid, his whole life changed when he heard Minister Farrakhan speak. Whole life changed. He joined the Nation of Islam. His name was Rashidin. And he was an avid follower of Elijah Muhammad. Worked his way up to national assistant to Minister Louis Farrakhan. Minister Farrakhan stated that he's never seen anyone so sharp. He is extremely gifted, extremely supreme wisdom, extremely vicious in debate, and among other things. And Minister Farrakhan had him be national assistant to Nation of Islam. Now, as we know, Dr. Khallid went on the Donahue show. Excuse me. And Khallid was extremely gifted. As you can see, he was on the Donahue show. And for those who saw the Donahue show knew that Khallid taught Donahue a new ass. He set the world on fire when he went on the Donahue show. But let me tell you this, that was one of the most worst days that I've had in prison. Because that day, the institution, the penitentiary, was afraid of a race war in the institution, which there would have probably have been one. And so what they did was cut Khallid off. Cut the Donahue show off. And it pissed everybody off to the point where they didn't know whether to ride or not, because they didn't get to see what Khallid was going to say. However, tensions were high behind the fact that Khallid was taken from us that day. But if you notice, Khallid appeared every time there was an injustice. Khallid was there. Khallid was always there. And when Brother James Byrd in 1998, when these crackers in Jasper, Texas, drug his body down the street with a chain around his neck and rolled him and dragged his body for about a mile until his head popped off of his body. How horrific and sinister can this motherfucking cracker be? And you niggas still talking about this white man is not the devil. Only a devious monster motherfucker would do some shit like that. And Khallid knew that. And right here, as you see, he was in the middle of the street in Jasper, Texas, with that AK. The police in Jasper, Texas, and the sheriff's department went into hiding that day. And you had niggas shopped and you had these old bougie, these talented Negro bootlicking motherfuckers that refused to fight and stated that the guns were not loaded. When Khallid cocked the guns in front of Peter Noel, the white journalist. And so you can see the people behind children cheering. Khallid said, was no better feeling in the world than to have those motherfucking ice apes, these Neanderthal motherfucking snow dogs run. The Million Youth March, which he started in Harlem, which Giuliani, this goddamn demon, made. He got his coming too. Because Khallid was after his ass. That was one cracker Khallid was after. And Khallid's words were, I'm going to get at you, dog. Those were his exact words. Because Giuliani had a helicopter do a military sweep down over top of the people at the Million Youth March. Like they were in fucking Vietnam. And Chris Rock, he had nerve to make a joke talking about Khallid Muhammad got into his Lexus and pulled off and left the people. You know, this Mighty Mouse looking motherfucker. You know, this Tom and Jerry looking motherfucker. This old South American mouse looking motherfucker. Cheese eating, ugly buck-toothed motherfucking faggot. Had the nerve to come out his mouth with some shit like that. Cause crackers paid him to dilute the black revolutionary spirit in our community. Khallid was I'm going to share something with you personally. Steve Coakley and Khallid, you know, they had a falling out prior to the Black Holocaust rally at Howard University's Blackburn Auditorium. And so Khallid went on the radio in DC that day and, you know, wanted to settle the differences with Brother Coakley. So he stayed on the radio. If anybody see Brother Steve Coakley, tell him to come to the Holocaust lecture and the rally, because he was going to be one of the speakers, along with Tony Martin and Dr. Leonard Jeffries and others. And so when they met, Khallid said, you know, I'm a roughneck. You know I'm a hard motherfucking nigga. You know, don't say that I ain't, you know, I don't get down in the trenches or anything. And so Steve apologized. They made their difference up. But they became very, very close. They were very close. And Khallid rocked that Blackburn Theater at Howard at that Holocaust rally. Ran whites, so-called white blood-sucking Jews, crackers, ice apes, snow dogs, cave-dwelling motherfuckers up out of there. Khallid was just like Garvey. Garvey said, when they kill one in the South, we need to kill one in the North. So if they both were living, they both were here in the physical form in the primes of their lives, this world would be totally different. The black community would be at the top of their game. And this is what I tell y'all, that's why it's so easy and it's so necessary, not easy, but so necessary for us to link up. Settle our differences. Fuck what you believe in. We got one thing in common. We black, we public enemy number one, and they out to annihilate us. They're out to exterminate us. You're not gonna get exterminated according to what you believe in, according to who you pray to, who you pay credence to. You are a nigga to them. And until we understand that, and then after we understand, understand, and overstand it, we have to internalize it and then act on it. And that's what Khallid wanted to do. Wanted to wake the black community up. I was honored to be able to have been in his presence, to meet him, to talk to him. I used to guard their books, carry their books. We used to be up at the House of Kemet in Washington, D.C., a Black Power bookstore. And that's where we used to build at. And it was awesome. I could never explain to you all how important and how much I appreciated it to have been chosen by the God and the ancestors to be in the presence of these brothers. And so Khallid was a hard brother, very hard brother, straight up and down. A war general. Now, a lot of people don't know this, that Dr. Malachi York, on his compound that he had in Eatonton, Georgia, next to his compound, Wesley Snipes, excuse me, I had an important call, but Khallid was the war general. And once again, I had the honor and the pleasure of being in his presence. Strong brother. And he wasn't one of these niggas that they're five different people. They one person around this, they one person around this motherfucker, they one person around that motherfucker, they one person here, and then on the camera, they're another person. He wasn't like that. He was the same war general, die-hard motherfucking G, 24/7. He had hell of a strategies because Khallid was a brilliant brother, extremely intelligent. Never seen anyone whoop him in debate. Never. And I've saw at least 5 debates. When he debated those 3 goddamn crackers, the Jew boy, the lawyer, and the motherfucking priest, Khallid was by himself and annihilated all 3 of those motherfuckers. Annihilated them. He annihilated Anthony Hilder, Pastor Chuck Singleton, and many others. He loved his people. And Minister Farrakhan actually, let me explain the King College thing and what happened with Khallid. As you can see, Khallid was jet black, midnight black, but his skin was so clear like glass. Like glass. Nevertheless, everything that Minister Farrakhan taught him, Khallid went on the road and taught and taught others and preached on it. And when he went to King College, see what happened when College started talking about those blood-sucking motherfucking Jews. Those goddamn stinking motherfucking ice apes, those sled monkeys, these cave-dwelling motherfuckers, fucking the dead carcasses ass motherfucking, stinking goddamn, hairy ape-looking motherfucking, hook-nosed bagel-eating goddamn crackers. At King College in Delaware, they immediately, the president of King College, who was a goddamn hook-nosed, bagel-eating motherfucking so-called Jew, went and told Abraham Foxman, who's the head of the ADL, and Irv Rubin, who's head of the JDL. For those who don't know, that's the Anti-Defamation League and the Jewish Defamation League. And told them to get in touch with Minister Farrakhan about doing something with Khallid Muhammad. And Farrakhan got calls from Foxman, Irv Rubin, and that nigga, and niggas. This nigga, Uncle Ben Chavis, who's now Benjamin Muhammad, and these other goddamn niggas, Jesse Jackson and the rest of these motherfucking coons, told Farrakhan what is he gonna do about Khallid Muhammad. And instead of Farrakhan standing up with the brother, who was his national spokesman, who gave his life several times and could have been murdered protecting his motherfucking ass on several assassination attempts that people don't even know about. The public's not aware. He cuts Khallid off and never let him back in the nation. And that crushed Khallid, but it didn't stop him. Khallid went everywhere. The Donahue show, everywhere. Here he is with Pop. See, a lot of y'all don't know how powerful Khallid was. And Pop and Khallid, Danny Bakewell, Steve Coakley, they all had a plan in South Central that they were going to back Pac up being city council. Khallid Muhammad was going to be responsible for reforming the Bloods and Crips, the Panthers. And the political party to back up the Panthers was going to be set in motion. And Pac was also going to provide the financial backing to keep the organizations and the movements running, which would have led to more and more movements and organizations being developed, being more disciplined, being more structured, being more honest, being more dedicated and committed. So these devils knew what they were doing, but they had to get the help of other niggas to destroy this dream. Farrakhan Khallid Muhammad, his son, who was a traitor, he's a little fucking bitch ass nigga who denounced his father. And now he makes books, he writes books, he's a multi-millionaire. And denounced his father and stated Khallid Muhammad is not his father. And Stevie Wonder could see that that's Khalid's son. But they told him if he wanted to be something in life, he had to denounce his father. And who do you know will denounce their father for some toys? Khallid didn't let this was after Khallid passed, because I know right now he's extraordinarily and extremely sick by the fact that his son has denounced him like that. All the shit and work that Khallid put through. And this is what I tell y'all, to start appreciating motherfuckers that's here now, that's fighting for y'all asses. lot of y'all don't want to fight for real. All you want to do is sit around and smoke and analyze motherfuckers. That's why the street law soldiers, we're out there putting in work. We're following the legacy of Dr. Khallid and Pac and others, Steve Coakley and others, Huey P. Newton, and the real G's, the real goddamn G's. Because it's a lot of G's out there. But we gotta link together so we can raise the consciousness of the other G's. This is his son. And he changed his name to Fire Gray. This old puss ass, fuck nigga ass, bitch nigga. He said the greatest event was shaking Bill Clinton's hand and meeting Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton hated Khallid Muhammad. Khallid was after the Clintons. And then you say the greatest thing was meeting your father's enemy. Fergie sold out. Dr. Khallid's funeral, which I believe he was murdered. How can you be with a woman who's the so-called daughter of the head of the Jewish Defamation League? And her name is Ambush. And while Khallid was having an aneurysm, this bitch let him lay on the floor under the towel in his own vomit and piss and shit for almost 4 hours before this bitch called the paramedics. This stinking motherfucking whore that never got dealt with. Malik Zulu Shabazz, all of them fake ass niggas. Malik Fool You Shabazz, these old fake motherfucking niggas who were complicit in this shit as well. Allow Khallid's body to be left unattended while Tony Muhammad and Erg Muhammad took pictures of his nude body on the motherfucking train. Because Malik and them made up lies talking about they missed their motherfucking flight to go to Georgia and pick Khallid's body up. Lying motherfuckers. And then that's why you withdrew from the Panthers. Because I seen Khallid digging your ass on several occasions. You respected him, but you didn't like